Hey everybody, welcome back. My name is Matt. Thanks for stopping by the channel. Now, the pattern I'm going to be tying tonight is another classic from Mike Valla's Classic Streamer Fly Box. This is a Pink Lady Bucktail. Now, you might be familiar with the Pink Lady Catskill style dry fly. I'm sure this one got its name from that pattern. This is a great looking fly. It's not hard to tie. I think you're going to like it. Let's get started. So there it is in the vise, the Pink Lady Bucktail. It's really a cool looking fly and not too difficult to tie. So let's get started. Now I'm tying this on a size 6. It's a 5X long streamer hook. I'm going to start off with red thread. This is a 6/0. I'm going to lay down a base all the way back to the tail. All right, I think that's far enough. Now the tail on this guy is golden pheasant tippets. This guy, I call this fly a guy like it is a male fly, though it is called the Pink Lady. So I guess if anything, it would be a female gendered fly. But I don't think flies have genders, so I can call it a guy. And it's got a pretty long tail, both bars showing of a pretty decent size golden pheasant feather. So just the tippets of it right there. Okay, I think that's going to work. Now we do have a rib on it. So medium mylar tinsel with the gold side down. The gold side is going to be showing. So catch in the gold facing the hook. And be economical on your thread wraps here because we're going to put a floss body down, and if we have too much, you might get a lumpy body. Let's bring this back up to the front. Now we're going to tie in our floss. I'm going to use my rotary, so I've got this floss in another bobbin. You can do it by hand. It doesn't take that long, but just a couple of wraps right there. That's going to drop down. I'm going to snip this off. Instead of trying to pull it through, I will just snip it. And I will put a half hitch. Ooh, watch the backdrop. Put a half hitch right here just to hold my thread while I park it out of the way. Now we can use our rotary and try to spin this. Now this multi-strand floss, it might get a little bit unwieldy, but I'm going to wrap it down and back up, and if that covers it enough, I'll be done. If I need to, I might go halfway down and back up. Okay, now let's catch this off on the front. I probably sped that up pretty fast. I don't know if you saw how much of a mess I made of that floss up at the front. But I told you it can get a little bit messy. We might have a little bit of cleanup before we wrap that tinsel. So go ahead and get this caught in with a couple of wraps there and snip this pink floss off. So I've got a few stray fibers right here. You can probably leave them. It wouldn't be the end of the world, but might as well just trim them. Now I'm going to wrap this tinsel by hand. You could use the rotary again, but it won't save you that much time. It doesn't take too long to wrap this by hand. Okay, when you got that up to the top, go ahead and secure your rib, your tinsel, snip this off. Now we'll tie in a throat. Maybe a couple of securing wraps right there. Now the throat or beard on this guy is just yellow saddle hackle fibers, so dyed yellow hen hackle. I'm going to pull a good sized chunk of them about like that. Just pull it straight out, try to keep my tips aligned. And that's close enough. And it's a pretty good size. Obviously it's not going to come all the way to the point of the hook because this is a 5X long streamer. But a couple wraps, check your position. I think I'm going to be fine right there. Is that coming off the bottom? Yep, pretty much. So let's go ahead and snip this off. Now the bucktail on this is pretty sparse, but it's white. Take a little clump of white, put it in your stacker. Okay, that's stacked, I think, clean enough. Yeah, that's pretty straight. And it's going to be as long as the pheasant tippets. So try to measure that right there. Got a couple of fibers there that I don't think are going to be long enough, so they may come out after I catch this in. So I will go over and then back up before pulling tight. Let's do one more there. Some of those, you see those on the top, I don't know if you can see it, they're going to come out. But that's all right, we've got enough. It is a sparsely tied wing. So a couple more tighter wraps going back down before we snip this one off. Now lift all these up and try to get in here and cut it at an angle. A little bit of a ramp right there. If you can do it, it will make tying the brown bucktail, which is the topping, just a little bit easier. Okay, so next just take about the same size clump of brown bucktail. I'm taking this from the same tail. Give this a good stack. Check to see, did that line up? Let's see, I think it may have. Got one, I'm going to manually pull out, it's just a little bit crazy there. And so about the same length, just right there on top. Oh, let's go ahead and wrap some of these up right here before. Okay, take my thread back to where I want that one to be. Check my length again, since I was messing around right there. Okay, I think this is going to do it right there. So kind of the same thing, pull up to secure. Now let's take a look. I think we got our lengths right. Got one yellow beard coming off. So, all right, just a couple more securing wraps before we snip this one off. Now just get in here and get this one as close as you can get it. I think that is close enough to give us a decent head. So back up to the eye, build this ramp back up. Try to smooth it out as neat as you can, so it'll hold that nice high glossy drop of head cement or UV resin like I typically do. I want to take another wrap, another couple on the back here. That's close enough. Okay. I think we're ready for a whip finish. A little bit of cleanup, then a drop of head cement. Oh, I got a little bit of long fiber right there. I can probably get in there and get that trimmed. But there you go, folks. The Pink Lady Bucktail. Pretty easy to tie, pretty cool looking fly. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.